Hi guys, welcome to Pilates today. So today the class I have planned for you is a full TheraBand class. So I'm using a medium tension TheraBand, and you're going to put one that's not in a loop, one that's long and just like a strip like this. So grab your TheraBand, let's go. So first we're going to start out just with a warm-up. You want to have your TheraBand about shoulder distance apart, and then your legs are a little wider than hip distance apart. All we're doing from here is bringing your arms over your head, and we're just going from side to side like this, and bringing it up. So all that this is doing here is starting to fire up your oblique muscles, your low back, and we're also getting a stretch up the whole side of your body. So your breath pattern, you want to inhale, exhale to come up. Inhale to come up. Good, we're going to do 4 more. And 3. Keeping your abdominals tight, belly button pulled in. And 1. Now keep going with the same motion. Fall over to the right. You're going to pull your arm down, bring it back up, and then engage the obliques to come up. Side. Pull, release, and come up. We go side, pull, release, and squeeze to come up. And side, pull, release, and come up. Now we're going to add another step. We go side, pull the right arm down, square your shoulders off to the floor, keeping your arms pulled apart, then come up, release the arms, and come back to a standing position. We go side, pull your arm down towards the floor, square off, keep your hips facing front, just the shoulders square off to the floor, then we come up, release the arms. You should already be feeling your arms firing up. Pull the right arm down, square to the floor, hips are staying towards the front, and then come up. Side, pull the left arm down, rotate, rotate, and come up. We're going to do 1 more each side. Side, pull, rotate, rotate, and up, and go side, pull, rotate, rotate, and come up. Good, release your arms, just keeping that shoulder distance apart. We're doing a big shoulder stretch. If you can't get all the way around, go looser on the TheraBand, so you'll have a bigger range of motion here. First, we're just letting the arms go. Now I'm going to add a little more chest expansion. So as the arms go back, lift your chest, look up. And then as you come forward, contract your chest, let your shoulders roll forward, chin to chest. And inhale, big stretch up. And exhale, contraction over. Last 2. And down. Last 1. And down. Okay, from here, now just turn out your legs so that your toes are facing out to the side. You're once again going to hold your band above your head, and as you bend your knees, you're going to also pull the band down. You want the band to go behind your head, and then straighten it back up. So if you have a ponytail, you might hit yourself in the head, kind of like I just did. You can just press your head forward and look down at the floor. So things to think about here as you're going down, you want to think of your legs rotating out. The deeper you go, the more your legs are rotating back and around. So just keep going with these, getting some momentum, getting some heat building, down and up. Also, you don't want your butt sticking out on these. You want to make sure that you're going straight up and down. I always tell my dance students it's like you're in a toaster and you don't want to get burnt on the back or on the front. You're going straight up and down like this. Keep that going. Arms and legs. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Okay, now we're going to go down to the bottom and hold. Legs are pulsing up an inch, down an inch. Arms are going out and in. And out and in. Let's do 3 more. Last 3. And in. Resist on the way in. 2. And in. Last 1. And in. Just hold. Squeeze, pull your arms out, keep that goalpost position, and lower, and then stretch it all the way up. Whew, shake it out. Okay, now I'm gonna put the band around my back. You want it to be about where your bra strap would be. From here, you're hanging on to the band with your palms facing up. Legs are now hip distance apart, we're ready to go into a squat. So all I'm gonna do is bend my knees. As I come up, I straighten my arms. Bend my knees, straighten my arms and press away. So it looks like this from the side. Nice. I don't know about you, but this warm up, I'm already sweating. And every time you're going back into your squat, think of sitting back into a chair, keeping your back long. Always think of your head as an extension of your spine as well, so we don't want to be crunching into our neck, but keep your neck long. All right. Now, as we stand up, I'm just going to add something else. As we're standing, arms are still extended. Lift your heels up, open your arms to the side, bring your arms back to the center, lower your heels, release your arms. We go down and up, lift, open, and down. Lower, press up, lift your heels, open your arms, and close. And lower, press up, lift your heels, close, and down. Lift, up, and close. Last 3. Lift, open, close, and 2. Up, open, close. Last 1. Lift, open, and close. Now just open and close. Last 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Woo. Really, shake it out. That's our standing warm-up to get going. Now, just sit down onto your mat. So, you're taking your band and you want to wrap it around your feet. So that your band doesn't roll up, you want to make sure that it's also going over your toes, so that it's over the ball of your foot and that you have a little bit of band hanging over the top of your toes. That'll just give it something to hang on to. Feet are hip distance apart, sitting up tall, and you want to plantar flex your ankles, so you're just pulling your toes back. This will give the band something to press up against. Keeping your arms straight, we're just going to do some slow roll downs. So it's like I got punched in the stomach, pulling my belly button in, slowly rolling all the way back till my head touches the mat. Then I tuck my chin to my chest, exhale to roll all the way up. Good. Let's do 5 of those. So we have 4 more. Let the band help you, but at the same time, use your abdominals to roll up and control yourself down. And last 2. And 1. We're not done with roll downs, I'm just going to add another step. So now, as you come forward, you're going to lean your body forward. I'm at a diagonal angle from my hips to the top of my head. Elbows are tight to my side, and I'm going to pull back for a tricep press. Bend and press. Last 3. We're just doing 5 of these. And 2. And 1. Now sit up tall, rolling back. And sitting up. Lean forward for 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Sit up tall and roll back. Chin to chest, rolling up. Leaning forward. Now we don't want to be slumping forward. I'm lifting forward, thinking of pulling my belly button away from my thighs, keeping my back flat. Let's pull back for 5. Tricep press for 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Sit up tall, rolling down. Exhale up. Lean forward and 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Sit up tall. Last time we roll all the way down. Chin to chest. Exhale up. Leaning forward and 5. 4. Woo. Now you're gonna grab opposite arm to the opposite side of the strap so that now your straps have a cross at the bottom, okay? Now all I'm doing from here is a chest press, sitting up tall, pulling my elbows back and forward, and back and forward. Make sure your legs are still active, that you're flexing your feet back, keeping your legs engaged. Good, last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, roll halfway down. Now we're gonna do it again. We have 8, and 7, 6, keep your abdominals tight, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's see if we can drop a couple more inches and we'll just do 5 more. So you're really low. We have 5. Your abs should be working. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, roll all the way down. And exhale, rolling all the way back up again. Very nice. Okay, from here, you're just gonna keep the strap around 1 foot, and we're gonna lay down. Okay. So, once again, you want to orient your band so that you have a little bit of band over the top of your toes so that it hooks nicely. There we go. Hang on to your band and then pull your elbows down to your side. Now from here, pressing all the way into your left leg to press your right leg up towards the ceiling. So we're doing a single leg bridge here, pressing up and lowering down. Think of the weight in your left heel as you press your leg up towards the ceiling and lower it down again. Right leg is stomping up towards the ceiling, trying to push through, trying to break your band. Last 3, 2, now hold it up on 1, and you're gonna pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Now just tap your leg and bring it back up again. Your hips are staying high, and bring it up. Good, last 2, hips are still high, pressing into your left heel, straighten your leg, now pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, good, lengthen out your left leg. Just give your right leg a nice stretch, pulling your leg towards your nose. Pull your leg across your body, getting into your IT band and the side of your leg. And then open to the side. Good. All right, let's switch legs. So, left leg is now in the band. Gosh, struggling with this band. Now hanging on to it, pull your elbows down to your side. All of your weight is in your right leg, your right heel. You're gonna press up and lower down. Pressing up and lowering down. You might notice one leg feels stronger than the other or weaker than the other. Last 3, 2. Now you're gonna hold it up on 1. 8 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it up. Now tap your leg for 5 and lift. Hips stay high. Keep your wrists really strong too, making sure that you're not straining into your wrist. And 2, and 1. Bring it back up. Last set of pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, good. Bring it down. Lengthen out your right leg. Stretch your left leg towards your nose. Pull it across your body, getting the outside of your leg. And then all the way to the outside, giving yourself a nice stretch there. Good. All right, set your bend off to the side for just a little bit. We're gonna place our feet down, hands behind your head, clasping your hands, and making sure that you're holding the weight of your head in your hands so that we're not crunching into the neck at all. Now we're gonna exhale, chest lift, inhale, lower down. exhale up, inhale down. Last 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your legs into a tabletop position. Exhale up, inhale down. Keeping your elbows wide. Every time you curl up, you're drawing your belly button down. And exhaling, blowing all the air out as you come up so that you're really tightening your abs. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to straighten your legs up towards the ceiling, pressing up and up. Keeping your energy going all the way up to your toes, keeping your toes pointed, feeling your entire leg engaged. And last 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up on 1. You're going to wrap your arm around your right leg, let your left leg drop. Exhale, switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Keep your head and chest lifted, keeping your neck nice and long, shoulders wide. Last 4, and 3, 2. Now we're going to go into our bicycle next. So bend your right knee in, rotate, and rotate. We're going slow to start. Slow, and hold. Slow, and hold, and hold. Last 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower all the way down. Lengthen your legs out, lengthen your arms out, and just stretch your body out. Think of light shining out your heel all the way to the top of your fingertips, going all the way through your body. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna see how much time we're at. Okay, cool. So, we are gonna do our side lying leg series before we get into some more band work. So we did these last time. You wanna make sure that your shoulders and hips are in line, legs are slightly angled forward. And let's get started. Lift the right leg up and lower it down. Haven't done these in a while, so I wanted to make sure to get them in today. We need to make sure that our legs are powered by our glutes, because for me, since I'm injured in my hip flexors are really tight and dysfunctional, so I have to make sure that my glutes are strong so that I don't rely too much on those injured muscles. If I don't do these often enough, I start to have more pain in my hip. So keeping your glutes activated, your glutes strong is very important for overall balance and your leg strength. Good, let's do 3, and 2, and 1. Now we hold it up and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Now I'm gonna let my heel tap behind, come up, toe taps in front. So I'm outwardly rotating my leg behind, and then toe inwardly rotating in front. And tap, and tap, tap, and tap. Last 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it back, keeping your leg outwardly rotated, just do little lifts and lower. So I'm keeping my leg rotated out, toes towards the ceiling, and my leg is slightly behind my hips, but I'm still keeping my hips stacked. Good, we have 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now let's go back to our toe tap and heel tap, and toe tap and heel tap. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now this time we're going to do the opposite one, so toe in front, heel lifts towards the ceiling, and lift, lift, and lift. Last 5, and 4, woo, 3, 2, and 1, and one more set, tap, and tap. Okay, from here, you're just gonna stack your legs and bring your left elbow up. So I'm in like a half plank position. All I'm doing is I'm gonna lift my hips up and lower my hips down. Lift and lower. There we go, lift and lower. So now we're working into the obliques again. Make sure you're keeping your abdominals tight, your belly button drawn in, and you're trying to create a rainbow shape with your side, pulling your ribs away from the mat, up like this. A good visual is that someone has some sort of rope tied around your waist and they're pulling you up this way. Good, let's do 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your hips high. You're gonna open the right knee and close the right knee. We just have 8 of these. And 7, 6. You should be really feeling the outside of your glute burning. I know I. Last 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Whew, good. Now I'm gonna come up to my hand and placing my leg so that my right leg is in front of my left. This way I can press up to a side plank with a little more stability in my legs. Lowering the hips down, looking at my hand, and then pressing up and down. So this is just the next step above that exercise that we were just doing. And lower down. Exhale up and down. Now when you have your weight on your hand rather than your elbow, you have a lot more space to pull your hips up towards the ceiling. So really work on creating that rainbow shape with your body, using your obliques and your back to press it up and down. Let's do 3 more. We have 3 and 2. Now on 1, hold it up, reach. Circle all the way around, so now I'm in a full plank. We're just gonna hold for 10 counts. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down to your knees. Press back into a child's pose. All right, now we're gonna do all of that on the other side. So now, just orient yourself so that you're laying with your right hip down, left leg on top, so that your left leg is your working leg. And we're just gonna start by lifting and lowering your left leg. Whew, gotta catch my breath. Keep your hips stacked. Keep your shoulders down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and when we pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now we're going to start the rotation, so toe taps to the front, heel taps to the back. Now I know this is really hard to keep your hips stacked. Do your best. Use your abdominals to stabilize your pelvis so that you can keep your hips stacked. And last 2. And 1. Now heel is behind, tap and lift. Your leg is slightly behind you. Your toes are towards the ceiling, but your hips are still working to stay stacked. So you're really working your low abdominals to maintain that posture. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Now we have 8 more. Tap, lift, tap, lift. Last 4. And 3. You got this. 2. And 1. Now tap to the front, tap and lift. Think of your heel pressing towards the ceiling. Since your leg is so down, rotated, you should be feeling this more into the back of your glutes. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift. Now we do another set. Down, lift, toe, lift. Woo. Good. Last 5, and 4, and 3. Are you still lifting out of your shoulder? Are you sinking down? Make sure you're still tall. Last 1. Good. Woo. Okay. Now we're we're gonna bend our knees in, we're still on our elbow. You're gonna lift your hips up and down. Lifting up and down. Trying to create space between your hips and the mat, getting up a little higher every time. Last 4. And 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. If your knees are sliding away, bring them in. Now open your left leg and close. Ooh, the burn. Nice, last 5. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lower it down. Now I'm gonna lengthen my legs, come up to my arm, making sure that my left leg is in front of my right so that I have staggered feet. And pressing all the way up into a side plank. Lower down, bend your knees, look at your palm. Palm goes up, hips are lifted, lower down. Good, pressing up and down. We want to make sure we are using our breath to power the movement. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, press up, and down. We have 2 more. Press it up and down. Last one, hold at the top, hold your plank. Circle your left arm all the way around, rotate your legs so that we're now facing the floor into a full plank. Let's hold for 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, press back into your child's pose. Ooh. All right, grabbing our TheraBands, it's time to get back into our arms. So this is a really good series that a lot of people enjoy because it works into that tricep kind of bra fat area. A lot of women are always complaining about that. So this is a really good exercise for the, the flabby arm. So, okay, I'm gonna face this way so you can see me. I'm starting with the right arm, and arms are in front of me. My left arm is kind of this stabilizing arm. You just want it to stay strong. All I'm doing from here is pulling the right arm back and then bringing it back. If that feels really hard, work your way down the band so there's a little less tension. Pulling back and then release. Squeeze and up. So I'm squeezing my glutes. I'm keeping my abdominals tight. My left arm is really strong, reaching forward. And my wrists are staying in line with my arm. I'm not breaking my wrists. Pull back and release. We have 3 more. And 2. And 1. Okay, now I'm going to, I need a little more slack for this one, but open the arm to the side and then come back to the front. So with this one, it's the opposition happening again where my shoulders are rotating, but my hips are staying totally still. It's a good visual to think of your hips in concrete. Your upper body is rotating. Your hips are not moving at all. This helps to work your abdominals as well as your arms. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Good, now I'm going to keep my hands how they are on the band, but I'm going to stomp down on them on the mat. Grabbing onto the band with my right arm, pulling my elbow tight to my side. Then press the arm back and release. So when you're working into your triceps, you want to isolate so that your elbow isn't moving, but that you're just using the lower half of your arm to hinge on the elbow joint. My elbow's staying close to my side. It's not moving out and around. Just the lower half of my arm is pressing back. Now let's do 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, coming up, both hands are on the band. And actually, I need to rotate. So your palms should be facing back. You might have to do a little switch. Palms are facing back. Chest is open. All I'm doing is lifting and lowering. So both arms are going like this. You'll feel this a lot more if you think of pulling out on the band. Pull out the whole time as your arms lower up and down. pull and release. Pull out, pull down. Good, let's do 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, release it down, shake it out. Okay, now I get to do all of that on the left side. I'm just gonna turn around so you can see me, you can stay where you are. Oh, okay, we can do this. Reach your right arm forward. Left arm is the one that's working now. So all I'm doing is pulling it down and reaching it back up. That feels a little hard, so I'm gonna walk my hand down the band and keep going. Right arm is strong. Right arm is not moving. Left arm is pulling back and releasing forward. Good, let's do 4 more. And 3, make sure you're breathing. Exhale down, inhale up. And last one. Good, give yourself a little more slack on your band. Now we're gonna pull open to the side and back to the center. Pull open and center. Hips are not moving, just the shoulders. And close. We have 4 more, last 4. Whew. And 3, 2, and 1. Good, stomp your hands down onto the mat, making sure that you're holding it down with your right hand, using your left arm to pull your elbow back, and then extending the lower arm and bending. Lower. Good, press back and lower. I'm getting a little shake on the way down because I'm resisting the band. I don't want to just let it pull my arm back. You want to resist the whole way down. Last 5. And 4. 3. Woo. 2. And 1. Good. Now we're going to do our last pressing back with both arms together. Palms are facing back. I'm about shoulder width grip on the band, pressing back and lowering it down. Think of pulling out of the band. You're trying to pull it apart while you're also moving your arms up and down. Sometimes my arms and shoulders just burn so bad it makes me shiver. That's what's happening. Let's do 4 more. And 3. Whew. 2. And 1. Good. Give your arms a tiny break before we finish off with 1 more tricep blaster. So all I'm doing, reaching my arms forward. This is called a thigh stretch. So what you're doing is just hinging at your knees, going back as far as you can, and then coming back up again. You should really be feeling the fronts of your legs firing as you go up and down. If this bothers your knees, just skip this part, or you could also try putting a pillow under your knees. Something that's very important is my head to my knees is one straight line. I'm not letting this sit back. Just keeping it in a straight line, keeping my abs tight and my legs tight. Arms are reaching forward, shoulders are drawing down and back. Last 3. And 2. And last 1. Bring it all the way up. All right, drop your band off to the side. Now this part, it looks like I'm doing nothing, but this is my favorite tricep workout. So all I'm doing is I'm in a 4-point kneeling position. I'm keeping my elbows tight to my side, and I want to think of my nose shooting past my fingertips to go down to the mat. So all I'm doing is bending my elbows, letting my nose get as far out as I can, and then press back up. It might not look like I'm doing much, but if you're doing this in right form with your elbows in tight to your side, shoulders down, trying to lower your nose down as far as you can get it, you will be feeling this. Good, we're going to do 4 more. Last 4. And 3. If you want to challenge on these, you can lift your knees up to a hover. I can't even do that, but that's the next step. Last 2. And 1. Now we're going to hold halfway and just pulse for 8. Last 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Press it. back into a child's pose. Reach your arms all the way forward. That's the end of our hard part. Now we're just going to do a gentle cool down, and you will be done for today. Nice work. So taking deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, reaching your arms forward so that you're stretching out your triceps. I'm going to roll up. Now to stretch out your triceps, you just want to grab your elbow, pull it back. And then switch left elbow, pulling it back. I'm going to go back so I'm facing down my mat. Reaching my arms down, press up into a downward dog, letting your heels drop down to the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Hips up towards the ceiling. Now just bend one knee, let the opposite heel drop. And then switch. And switch. And switch. Now press both heels down. Walk your hands and feet together. Now just let your head hang. Let your arms hang. Shake your head yes and no, making sure your neck is released. Now soft bend into your knees, feeling your back widen, and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. Good. Once you're standing, inhale, reaching your arms up. And exhale down. One more time, inhale up. And exhale down. Good. Nice work today, everyone. Hopefully you're feeling your arms, your legs, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.